Dragon Star Super Saiyan Vegeta. Let's check him out. So this is the Dragon Star Super Saiyan Vegeta by Bandai, I believe. And I can't remember exactly where I got this from. I've had this for a couple of years actually. But I figured I would do some Dragon Ball Z videos. I got some Dragon Ball Z stuff. I might show you. I don't think I'm going to review every one I got because some of my Dragon Ball Z figures I got over here in a box sitting right here beside me in my review station, and they're some of them are in bad shape, some of them are broke, and yeah, so I might do a video showing what's inside the box because there's some pretty cool ones in there. But without further ado, now I do have the packaging for this figure, but it's somewhere down in the stores. I don't know exactly where it's at. So and this figure did come with 3 accessories. He came with the Build-A-Figure piece and 2 alternate hands, which I have misplaced and I cannot find. And which I'll probably find once I get done with this video. That's the way it always works. So when you've had something for a while, you misplace stuff. That happens. But without further ado, let's get into his articulation. So let's quickly go over his articulation. He has a ball joint at the head, a double hinge and swivel at the shoulder, a double hinge there at the elbow, and a pretty good hinge there at the wrist. So pretty good arm articulation. He has a kind of like a ball joint there at the waist. He's got some pins and joints at the hips there. He can extend out so you can get some pretty good dynamic poses. He's got a double bend there at the knee, and pretty good ankle articulation. Not the best, but pretty good ankle articulation. The sculpt design and color of this Vegeta, starting with his head. Right, now, as you can see, this is in his Super Saiyan form, so that's why he's got the gold hair and the green eyes, as in his Super Saiyan 1 form, and which is pretty cool. He's got his generic Vegeta hair. Vegeta is also one of my favorite characters, by the way, so that's why I chose this one first. And they didn't make his standard base form, and this way he's got the black hair and stuff. Unfortunately, I do not have that figure, but I do, like I said, I have the Super Saiyan one here. So you see, he's got that very anime look to his head too, as you can see. So I mean, this is a Japanese anime character. So, and as he's going down, he's got his standard blue jumpsuit on that he wore mostly during the Dragon Ball Z series, and he's also got the later armor that he wore that was created by Bulma, and which I like the earlier armor better, with the the shoulder pauldrons. That's just my personal preference, but this one was not too bad though. And although he did wear like another type of armor too in the Namek story arc, where after his first armor, that he wore that when it was got really busted up, he swapped out armors and it was like an older model or something. But as you see, this is the later version. But so as you can see, it's mostly white, with some yellow accents, kind of a basic Vegeta trademark. And you see on the back, it's also got some details back there too. So the yellow and the yellow straps go on the back there. He's got on some white gloves, which his alternate hands would have been fisted hands. So show you that. But these hands are like his, like he's fixing to use like a sign or a Kamehameha or something. But as you can see, standard white gloves, not a whole lot of detail. He does have some blue shadowing on his jumpsuit, so that's pretty cool. And as you can see, there's a lot of sculpted muscle there too. As you can see, going around, a lot of the same details. You see his rear end there, and going down to his boots, you can see, he's wearing all white boots with the yellow tips on them, which is a trademark for Vegeta as well. Although in the earlier ones, they were all white, and then later they had the yellow tips on them. Okay, my volume may have been a little bit off just then. I forgot to plug my microphone in. But so as you can see, for comparison time, here is this newer Vegeta compared to 2 older Vegeta figures that I have. I have 2 old ones from Irwin, I believe is what the company was called, and which the older ones, that's the armor style I prefer. I like it better. But so you can see how much better articulation this new figure has. A lot of those older ones were either like had shooting effects and stuff, or like the other one over there that didn't have very good articulation. And in Dragon Ball Z, it's supposed to be fighters and stuff, and you can't really pose them around, so it's kind of a big problem with those vintage figures. But like I said, with these new ones, that really fixes that problem. So what do I think of this figure overall? Yeah, I really like this figure. It's got really good articulation and getting into really cool poses like I got him in right now. Like I said, that was a big problem with them vintage Dragon Ball Z figures. And if you like this video and want to see some more Dragon Ball Z figures, give me a thumbs up. They help me a lot. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Till next time.